Hello students, this is Aarti More, Assistant Professor, Department of Management Studies. Welcome you all to 15 hours Spoken English Certificate course, Day 10, Lesson number 20. The name of our lesson number 20 is Simple Past Tense and Simple Future Tense. Please listen to this tutorial very carefully because based on this tutorial you have to give an assignment and you also have to appear for a test. So all the best students and happy learning. Today we will be learning about simple past tense and simple future tense. The concept of English verb tenses is very important in establishing an effective communication. Hence, if we want to maintain both way of communication better, that is, speaking and writing, so understanding tenses are very important. We will be discussing about simple past tense in first part and simple future in later part. Now, let's focus on simple past tense. What is simple past tense? Simple past tense, also called preterite, that is P-R-E-T-E-R-I-T-E, preterite, is used to talk about a completed action in a time before now. The simple past is the basic form of past tense in English. The time of the action can be in the recent past. In simple words, a completed activity that happened in the past, or it started in the past and ended in the past. Let's have a look at few examples of simple past tense. They painted the fence. Sam spoke to the boss yesterday. The elevator broke, so I used the stairs. I played a guitar. John baked a cake. See, ed, spoke, broke, played, baked is an example of simple past tense. Now we will look how the simple past tense is formed by using a regular verb. Just nothing but the base of verb plus ed. See how the jump becomes jumped in simple past tense. Paint becomes painted. Chat becomes chatted. Play becomes played. Cry becomes cried. Open becomes opened. Drink becomes drank. Find becomes found. Think becomes thought. See becomes saw. Now, simple past tense, first we can use it to talk about a completed action. Example, a phone rang a few minutes ago. She watched the movie last night. I went to Delhi last year. These are all examples of completed action in the past. We can also use past simple tense to talk about a series of completed action or finished actions in the past. For example, he chopped the onions, boiled the water and cooked the chicken. Or, next example, we booked our flight, packed our bags and took a taxi to the airport. We can also use simple past tense to talk about an action that took place for a duration of time, showing how long the action happened, especially using the expression for or all. Example, she lived in Mumbai for 4 years. I stayed at the station for 20 minutes. We waited at the station all day. You studied all week. We can also use simple past tense for the things that we did habitually in the past, especially using the expressions when, never, sometimes, often, usually, always. Example: I always played football after school when I was a kid. They usually took the subway to school. He ate spicy food when he lived in Mumbai. And lastly, we can use the past simple tense to describe things in the past and the way they were. To describe things in the past, we often use the verbs like was or were. We use was with I, she, he, and it. We use were with you, we, and they. Students, very important, please remember this. I'll be repeating again. We use was with I, she, he, and it. We use were with you, we, and they. Let's have a look at few examples. I was a very cute baby. They were excellent students. She was popular in high school. Now let's have a look at the forms of simple past tense. It can be affirmative, negative, and interrogative form. Let's have a look at affirmative form of simple past tense. When expressed in its affirmative form, the verb confirms something about the subject. Examples: I was in Japan last year. She had a headache yesterday. We did our homework last night. Now, the negative form. Negatives in the simple past are formed by adding didn't, that is an informal way, or did not, that is a formal way, before the simple form of the verb. Just have a look at the few statement, that is an example. Simple past tense, we have some examples and how it is converted into informal negative and how it is converted into formal negative. First example, in simple past tense, like I had a car. Informal negative, I didn't have a car. Formal negative, I did not have a car. Second example, you ate my toast. Informal negative, you didn't eat my toast. Formal negative, you did not eat my toast. Third example, he was here yesterday. Informal negative, he wasn't here yesterday. Formal negative, he was not here yesterday. Last example, they were in the park. Informal negative, they weren't in the park. Formal negative, they were not in the park. Now, let's move towards the interrogative form of simple past tense. When expressed in its interrogative form, it is used to ask questions about the past. Example: did I plant trees yesterday? Did I study about plans for the exams? Did the school decide that all the students should do exercise? Did they travel all over the place? Now we will focus on simple future tense. Simple future tense is used in order to talk about an action or event that is yet to happen, or in simple words, to describe an action in the future. Let's have a look at few examples. I will go or I shall go. You will go or you shall go. He or she will go or he or she shall go. We will go or we shall go. They will go or they shall go. So, if we look in more details, this is what we see that simple future tense is made up of the subject followed by the word will or shall, which is then followed by the verb. Now we will look some forms of simple future tense or a structure you can say, but before that we have to see the uses of shall and will. Very important. Shall is used with first person singular I as well as plural we. But for practical purpose, shall or will can be used with I and we. With second person you, singular or plural, will is used to indicate future tense. With third person singular, he or she, and plural they and will is used to indicate the future tense. Example, I or we shall or will buy sweets. You will buy sweets. He, she, they will buy sweets. Now we will look some forms of simple future tense that can be negative and interrogative. First, we will look at negative. Negative is formed by adding not to will or shall. Example, I shall not buy sweets or I will not buy sweets, or I can say I won't buy sweets. You will not buy sweets or you won't buy sweets. He, she, they will not buy sweets, or we can say he, she, they won't buy sweets. Now, let's look at interrogative form. In simple future tense, interrogative is formed by putting shall or will before the subject. Example, shall I buy sweets? Will I buy sweets? Next example, will you buy sweets? Will he, she, they will buy sweets? So there is an interrogation, question mark. Now let's have a look at some examples of simple past tense and simple future tense. Examples of simple past tense. George came home very late last night. I forgot my wallet. He had a dog last year. Last year I travelled to Germany. Two boys played with a ball. An old lady walked with her cat. A nurse brought a little girl baby to the park. An old man sat down and read his book. A large trunk came around the corner. She finished all the exercises. Now, we will have a look at few examples of simple future tense. She will see her friend at the weekend. I will read the newspaper when I go to bus station. Tomorrow, the sun will rise at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m., whatever it is. They will be here in 2 hours. He will help you tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow. Please wait for me. They are going to dance. I will go to London next week. I will be 27 in April. She won't do the ironing. I am going to cook tonight. So just to summarize, verbs come in three tenses: past, present and future tense. The past tense is used to describe things that have already happened in the past. Future tense describes things that have yet to happen. And present tense is used to describe things that are happening right now or things that are continuous. Today we have focused on simple past tense and simple future tense. But regarding simple present tense, you will be learning in another chapter. Thank you everyone for listening. I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. So now you are ready for your assignment and test. All the best, students. Be safe and take care and keep practicing. Practicing is very, very important. God bless you, students. Bye for now. Take care. Thank you very much.